Hey everybody, Ryan FMG here. Before we talk about today's deck, please pet the little corgi in the bottom right of your screen. That's the sub button, and each and every sub means a lot to me, especially because we are getting closer and closer to that 1,000 sub threshold. And once we do, I'll probably do a special video. I'm thinking probably ranking my favorite Teppen sets from all the Teppen sets in the year and a half that Teppen has been in game. However, that's enough about that. Let's talk about today's deck. What are we doing? We are doing another big res. Just a couple days ago, I did a more traditional big res halt. This looks very similar to it. The big change is we are not playing Morgan. I kind of want to test out and go a little bit against the grain, as it were, with playing 0 Tenkuuha. Now, you might be like, well, why Tenkuuha? The main thing is with Morgan halt is very good because you usually don't want to destroy the opponent's units. You just want to halt them to save yourself life or have your Buki not die or have their units not die. So you don't want to play anything that removes things, and halt is just perfect. However, the more and more sets that come out, the more and more halt spells that we get that are very good that you want to play with. So maybe having Temptation, a halt on a hero art is not as necessary now as it used to be, where Tenkuuha is going to try to close out the game so fast. So Tenkuuha's give a friendly unit +2 attack, which is a lot of attack, right? If it's a Buki, now 3 + 2 is 5 math, and combo. So that will hit for 10 in one single turn. And yes, it's effective just for one attack, but that will hopefully do more than halting. The other big reason is Tenkuuha is just 18 AP, where Temptation is 23, so that it means it's 5 cheaper. 5 cheaper means you get to that a lot sooner, and maybe in some games you get to do it twice. Where with Temptation, it takes a while to just throw it once, and usually by the time you get the second trigger, the game's already over. Sometimes the game's already over, win or lose, before you really get to that 23 threshold. So that's why I'm really trying out 0 Tenkuuha. I think this is the other best purple hero art for this type of deck, but if you have a different opinion, please let me know in the comments below. And yet again, I was thinking about like Fight Against Inner Demons because the pump spell is fantastic with a Bukis and co, but I don't really want the removal spell because, like I talked about before, you don't really want to remove and to destroy your opponent's units in this type of deck. Everything else is the same. Our 6 big units are a Buki and co. However, the stuff that I did change is I took out, memory control, the 1 MP new action. I did like that quite a lot. However, I think if you're playing Temptation, that might be fine, but I kind of wanted some more safety nets and play some more halt spells, so I went back to 3 Dark Hold. So that's enough about the deck. Let's see how 0 Tenkuuha plays with a Buki and co. Round 1 against Ouroboros, we could definitely keep this hand. Ouroboros could be scary because hopefully they are like me and play a whole bunch of Phala Unworthies, so those are just dead in hand, but they have a lot of removal spells. However, they have a lot of big things that Dark Hold just really destroys. That dead weight, probably not going to be that good against them. So here the big question, it always is, do you play a Buki or co? Once co gets 2 triggers, it's technically hitting for more than a Buki, just with how agility works. So I actually think I'm going to start with co. Whoa! I kind of see this guy. So when it becomes 5 or less game +1 attack. Okay. Can't do that. Okay. We could have just halted this, actually. We probably should have. Yeah, we definitely should have. We're taking a lot of hits, but I think that's fine. We're going to place this here, and we're just going to... Ooh, 1 MP halt. Seems good. We could have placed this in a different lane, and now that I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that's right, we're playing 0, I actually think we should have done that. We could counter this. I don't mind this. I really want to get a hookshot or something. We definitely should have played the Buki in a different lane because we have so many halt spells for this Nemesis that it's laughable. Well, let's halt it again. Ooh, we have hook shot. Never mind. Now we just really want to halt that. Well, I guess that technically always just... We can't keep Nemesis around because we play action, so it will die eventually. I don't think we can really use our hero power before that hits, but I will definitely use it this time. So it'll be 6, so it'll be hit for 12. That is so much. Let's do this first. Wish this was the other counter spell, but oh well. Let's just do this for free. No! I guess it doesn't really matter when it gets there, it's just hopefully that they don't use a removal spell before this gets there. That's a big chunk of damage. And we will just do this. We don't really care if this fox hits a Buki. We just don't want that. Like, once that fox dies, it flips, so it's never going to really open up a board slot. That felt good. Tenkuuha really puts the nail in the coffin very, very fast. You could be like, well, is it overkill? Well, we'll see. Round 2 against Mirage Decoy. We can keep this hand. Ko and Devil Trigger, great. MP costs equal to or less than the number of board slots inflicted with lock, +2. Okay. So MP cost is good. That's what I thought. I just wanted to like make sure, right? Reading is power. So, unfortunately, we don't fill up our board slots that much. Do we just kind of go... Interesting. Well, I'm not going to counter that. I would rather just do this, and I don't find that threatening. I wonder if we just play that... Okay, well, that's really good. Extremely good. I'm not going to counter anything here because I would rather counter something when we have something on the board. I think I'm going to take this 4. And now I'm going to play our Ko here. We're going to... Ooh, that's great. So now we can hook shot and then dead weight. I would rather do that because that's something very good to counter. And now we can use our hero power. If they do something, I will do this so this becomes more. We can't one-shot them, but I think it's worth it to use our hero power just because we're so close to getting another trigger. And this is just going to be so much damage. Where now this will be lethal. Like, I don't have to do anything. I probably want to halt that. Yeah. Whew, that felt... I'm liking Tenkuuha. Let's keep this train going. Third round, we can keep this up against Despair. The previous round, my app just crashed, so that was, you know, not really a game. I got to play about 30 seconds, you know, setting up everything, talking about it, then it crashed, and I was like, okay, well, let's redo the third one, shall we? Let's play this. Hopefully they don't have a straight-up removal spell. Ooh, corrosion. Okay. Let's just do this. Agony should be able to do something eventually. Let's just halt this so our Ibuki doesn't take 2 damage. We don't really have anything else to do. We want to be playing stuff anyways. Corrosion not doing anything just yet. Let's just do this. Ooh, that's fantastic. I was thinking about doing Crystal Hunter, however, we really want to draw a hookshot or Devil Trigger especially, so it's like, no, because if we do Crystal Hunter, we're not drawing a card, and that's not really something we can afford to do right now. I think we just keep halting this. We could play a Buki to have like 2 things on the board. I don't know if I want to do that though. I'm not really using the hero power because it's just like, well, if we use the hero power and they just have a unit, we just kind of waste that. Maybe we should just drop another Ibuki. Work. Let's just halt this. Well, now I'm not playing a Ibuki or anything, because now they could easily have Cruel Game, or, well, no, because they get that back. So we could play a Ibuki. Or, yeah, a Ibuki. Cruel Game would just destroy, like, one thing. I think we do. We just go for, like, lethal here? No. Let's do this real quick. Get 10 points of damage in. They're already down to 20. Okay. I kind of didn't want it. I was like, okay, let's take this too, because if this hits, it's just lethal. What's nice now, I'm really happy we played the Ibuki, because now they have to put things in front of Ko. And so now Ibuki's just getting in for some damage over and over and over again. I'm okay with Ibuki taking 3 damage. I just want to make sure that this Tube Fox doesn't hit us that much more. Let's play this real quick. Yes, flight. Well, that's fine. Like, fine. Hopefully we can just have Ibuki win for us.
You can have one too. Here, this one.
Let's counter that. Because it's going to be halted. And I don't want them to gain so much more. So they're at 1. Right, which it was nice to counter Selfless Predation, because now this means this is just lethal. Let's go. Yes. 4th and final round. Let's see if we can win this and get that sweet, I believe 4-0. I think we're 3-0 right now. Let's keep this. It's good. We have Ibuki. We have Hookshot. We just won against Despair. Hopefully this goes as smoothly as it did last time. Ooh, what are they starting out at?
This one.
We could... Oh, no, we can't counter that. That's 3 MP. Never mind. Yeah, so obviously we just do Ibuki into Hookshot. Probably just use our AP as soon as we get there, because if you notice, you start racking up that AP very fast, so it's just good to get that damage in while you can, and not really try to wait till like a Ko or to do the finishing blow or anything like that. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell. If they do, they 2-for-1 us. Ooh, okay. Starting off strong. So 4 MP, so we'll just do Crystal Hunter. Oh! 3 or more attack. Well, that was very good for them. Our card's really good. Because all of our stuff has 3 or more attack. And the random factor, well, we usually just have 1 thing on the board, or if we have 2 things on the board, they're both big and our opponent wants to destroy either or, right? Okay, these dead weights are pretty nice. To be fair, right now is not when I care to be the most MP efficient, but It is fine. We'll just do this. I don't really want to not be nutting MP. Okay, we're stumbling. This hasn't really happened so far in a game. However, this can definitely happen. This turn, we just do this. You know what? Let's just counter it. Why not? Mitigate 7. Well, okay. What's the MP cost? But what I was saying is sometimes you can kind of just stumble, right? You're not drawing one of your 6 MP or 6 resonate units or anything like that. You're just kind of turning through your deck, not taking that much damage, but not really doing anything. I couldn't remember if this was 4 or 5 MP, so I'm very happy that's 5 MP so we can use these agonies. You know what? I'm just going to use this. Because now if we do another secret on it, it's 0, so the next attack is basically a halt because it will hit us for 0, and that's fantastic. Still just struggling, eh? Well, we did draw 1. I think we've only drawn 1, right? And we're like almost halfway through our deck. Do. Okay, I like Darkhold. Costs a little bit more, but then like we can get rid of this for a longer amount of time. So now we don't need to care about this dude. We can Darkhold. Well, to be fair, we're probably just going to Crystal Hunter this before it hits to reset that 0 attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Oh, are they going to be the... Also, what really stinks is, are they going to be the last cards? Because if they're the last... Do we just counter this? No, well, that was a punt. We should have done something. Because I was thinking like, well, let's just counter it, but it's like, no, maybe they have a Selfless Predation or something. But we should have done... Doing something was better than doing nothing. I chose to do nothing. Oh, why? Is this karma? Is this what big res players get? Gotta go. They probably have a grip full of like 5 removal spells, and like they're gonna be like LLGG, ya loser. I'm gonna be like, oh. This is why we save that. Yeah, let's do this. To be fair, they could have another one. Yep. Yep. At least we counter that, so that's just a 0-1. They do have 7 points of damage, and we wasted a lot of our halt spells. A lot of our halt spells. Do we get to play a Buki, or do we have to play Ko? I actually think we play Ko because we have to Koha.
The river is calm today, like a lull in the wind.
And unfortunately, like a lot of our all of our halt things are just gone. Oh my gosh. I am not living the dream right now. This is a nightmare. Yeah, GG's. We could have done this and maybe got a halt spell, but like it was... When you have to turn through your deck like that, it's not going good. Overall, I believe we just went 3-1. The last one, or the one that we lost, was just us not drawing one of our 6 resonate units. And we definitely got unlucky there, because with how much turning through the deck and how much drawing, we should have at least drawn another one, because we did draw 1, but it just died right away, and then our hand just got cluttered with them when we wasted all of our halt spells just to try to draw those. However, there's the other games that maybe you should look at that it's like, oh, we always had 1, and we always were drawing, you know, very lucky and maybe above the RNG threshold. So you win some, you lose some. Overall, I like this deck. I like Big Resonate. The question that needs to be thought about or answered, or try to be answered, is Tenkuuha better than Temptation? is Zero better than Morgan for this list? It felt very strong when you had a Buki, you use it, it's at 5, so it does 10 damage. That just makes the clock so much faster. Or a Ko that already has some resonate triggers, so it's just dealing so much damage. It makes the game faster and means your units have to attack and hit less, right? It mitigates the time that the opponent gets to draw a destroy spell. And that's really, really good. And that it's so cheap feels so powerful. However, there were times where it's like, man, I'm kind of out of MP. I'm running out of life. I wish I could just use a hero power like Temptation to halt everything to kind of stop that pressure. So you're taking more pressure, but you're dealing more pressure. Where's the line? I'm not quite sure. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun with the Zero just to try to grind as quickly as possible, get the game over as quickly as possible, because a lot of your things can. And I think that is a good reason to be playing Ko over other things, because Ko plus the 2 plus the combo can do a whole lot more. So push comes to shove, I'm probably still going to be playing Zero for a little bit. However, I want to get more data. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.